So in part 2, this is going to be another follow-up on the triple controversy video that I did in 2014. I mean, this is really not so much of a controversy, but again, I don't think people hated my part about James, because I actually agree 100% what James did. And like I said on the video, when I first did my controversial, I think it was mostly targeted that they hated my thoughts on Total Biscuit and PewDiePie at a time. And again, like I said, I may not be a fan of those YouTubers, but I have no problem with them. I'm a fan of James. Video-wise, it's kind of sailing. I know he's been doing new videos. I have not been watching it. I know it's kind of like shaming me a bit, but again, time is limited. I got things to do. And nothing personal to James. Like I said, you're a cool guy. The movie was awesome. Yes, I did watch that one. But lately, I'm sort of more interested in watching with the AVGN video. I don't know. Maybe because it's been so long and probably need a break to a restart. So that's just my guess. That's why I'm more interested with the AVGN than the AVGN's video. But again, still, AVGN is still a cool person. His show is still good. It's just I don't know, maybe I'm just getting too old. Hey, I bought his games, the original one, and I'm planning to buy the new version, the AVGN Deluxe one, but in the long run. I managed to get a sale for the original one, but I can see how hard the original one. And yes, I finally did watch the AVGN movie. I watched it on Amazon Prime because I have an Amazon Prime account. Plus, also, of course, as of right now, you can watch it on Vudu and on Tubi for free. So, yeah. So, like I said in 2014, that he'll eventually make it free, and he did. So, in this rewind, it's a follow-up on James because there were a lot of fans who were kind of a bit disappointed. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, well, I mean, it's not a charity thing. And the counter was, well, you gave him a lot of money. Yeah, he needs those money to make a indie movie. And that's also the key thing. It's not a big movie, it's an indie movie. So, I mean, I'm going to give my impression of the movie in the long run. But for now, just like I said, just like a rewind celebrating my 5th anniversary of the Mega Mix Game Showcase version 2 Thought channel. Yeah, even the video that I did, I agree with James. The only bit I think the problem was for a while, and I'm going to give credit to some people, but I don't want to give names because people might attack them because they were also being critical to James about it for their safety reason. Is that while he was doing the movie and he was getting a lot of money for the movie, and again, he used all the money, most of it, because again, it's not cheap. He was sort of in 2013, this is before the movie came out, he was sort of a bit getting cocky, he was too proud, and there was even a point some people claimed that he was starting to be like a smart aleck at one point. I don't know about that, but he was getting a bit cocky because he was so proud, which again, I don't blame him. He made that movie. So people kind of like, oh man. But of course, everything got rectified. The movie came out. Some people were able to watch it. He made it free, like I said before. Heck, I managed to watch it too in the long run. And yeah, he was humble. And like he said, he was just really happy and proud of what he did. And I don't blame him that one. And of course, some people even asked, would he do a second one? He said, nope, I'm a family man. I got things to do, so I'm just going to stick with the series. Of course, he's being helped now with Screenwave Media because they partnered. He's a good friend of Justin Silverman. And of course, just a little quick thoughts about this, nothing big, is that I know if you've been following James, of course, if you know this, Matei is no longer part of Cinemassacre. Yeah, James actually announced that on his update video that Mike wants to do his own thing, so he's no longer part of it. So James and Mike, Monday Let's Play, that's canceled, and Mike will no longer be maybe a cameo or guest or whatever, but from what I heard, Mike no longer going to be part of the AVGN show. He's not be part of Cinemassacre. He's doing his own thing. So I'm going to put the links in the description box on his channel because, yeah, I follow him on Twitch and on YouTube. He's been doing more like just gameplay of retro games. That's pretty awesome because my goodness, it's really good about it. So quick thoughts there. My thoughts about it. Whatever, what's best for Mike, whatever makes him happy, I support that. Let's just go with that. So with that said, here it is, part 2 of the controversial video. My thoughts on James having to make his fans, people, pay to watch a movie in 2014. That's the keyword there, in 2014. And for people who are wondering, hey, what happened to the original video? Well, I deleted it out of respect to the Bain family because, like I said, if you follow what happened to Total Biscuit, it is kind of sad thing. So out of respect, anything that being critical to Total Biscuit, I removed it. So again, sorry. But like I said, there wasn't anything hate about it on the video, which is me just very critical about it. Because I want him to do good. That's it. So with that, here it is. The second part, my thoughts on James trying to do his AVGN movie in 2014.
Hello guys, Axer once again. And this is gonna be a controversy vlog. And I know I have a feeling that if I talk about this, some people might not be happy about it. So what am I trying to explain here? Well, this particular quote-unquote controversy vlog is about my thoughts on two major things what's happening sort of in the video game industry, but mostly on YouTube and maybe on Vimeo, wink wink. And what I'm talking about is two subjects. One, first, the AVGN movie, finally people can watch it on Vimeo. And the second one is top YouTuber, famous YouTuber, who basically decided to disable comments, and I want to give my thoughts about it and my belief on netiquette rules of YouTube comments. So before I even talk about this, if you guys are a fan of the AVGN, PewDiePie, or Total Biscuit, or any YouTuber that you guys follow that I mentioned, I want to say this before starting my thoughts about it, is I'm going to apologize in advance. No hard feeling, it's just about business. And I may, like I said, some of this YouTuber I mentioned, I'm not really a fan of them, but I want to give my thoughts about it. So with that, again, if you're a fan of this YouTuber that I ever mentioned in this video, excuse me, I apologize in advance. So no hard feelings. Okay, so with that, the first thing I want to talk about, the AVGN or James Rolfe, he finally finished, well, he already finished his movie, the AVGN movie, on July, and that finally now you can watch it on, anybody can watch it now on Vimeo on demand. But the catch is, if you want to rent the movie, it's $5. If you want to keep the movie on Vimeo, then it's $10. So what's the problem there? You say, well, that's great, just like watching a ticket. Well, the problem really is that some people, and again, I'm going to apologize here, and it's basically also related to people making money on YouTube or making a living on YouTube, is what happened on, I don't know if they're fans or not, but some of the people who follow the AVGN are complaining that, oh my gosh, really? So we gave you a lot of money to make this movie and you're charging us more. Oh my god, that's a slap in the face. Oh my gosh, and of course, just a cliche thing, when somebody say, oh my gosh, that you should be free, you're a greedy bastard, whatever, there's also the other side who basically defends James, said, you guys are an idiot, what are you guys entitled? I mean, I seen this again. I hope this thing goes away, but when somebody says something, somebody has to basically retaliate back about it. I mean, come on, people. I mean, you know someone's gonna say that. I mean, just what a good tip from Patrick Lepic would say. If you see somebody that you don't really agree, just go the other way. Don't bother making complaints about it, because some of them probably they're trolling, some of them are probably not fans, and some of them are just pissed off at James for whatever reason. You don't need to give your time to basically try to defend James. You know, no offense, but James is a big boy. He can defend himself. And you should, I mean, people should really follow what James does, which basically is to stay away from internet drama. I mean, that's all he's been doing all the time. Even with the controversy Cheetah Man, I know he had to say something about it, so that's props to James. And I'll probably could talk more about that later on the other one. But again, people, whether you're a fan of James or not, you know, if you know that push comes to shove, somebody's gonna say something stupid. Oh yeah, James is greedy, he's making you pay for it. You don't need to defend it. You know, they probably want to piss you off. Just chill out, turn the other way. That's just my 2 cents about it. So, what is my excuse me? What is my thought about him making you pay for the movie? Even so that a lot of people basically donate a lot. Well, let's start from the beginning how it all started. First of all, when Jay finally announced 2 years ago that he is finally going to make his AVGN movie. That's always been his dream, that he wanted to do a movie. Wasn't it an AVGN movie? Well, that's what it came up. But from what I heard, he wanted to do a movie, just any type of movie, like his big movie that him and his friend worked on it. And he just came up with the AVGN because it was so popular. Most people know James Rolfe as the AVGN, done other things. So he had an Indiegogo page, which is, again, it's not a charity, it's a donation. If you want to choose to donate and help James make his dream come true, it's your choice. So he was asking only $75,000, and the other $75,000 will be an investor. So he wasn't even asking a lot because he knows that not everyone are rich, making a lot of money, whatever. So he was actually concerned with his fans. But the fans was thinking the other way around, which is basically is, why should we let James have an investor control his movie? It's his creation. He shouldn't be being compromised with his video. Let's donate some money. Let's help him make his dream come true. Because that's always a good feeling to help someone else. So not even a day, he had, I think, close to 1 million, I think, from what I heard. So he didn't have to have an investor helping him. And some people, of course, don't like it because it's making money. They think it's about money. Well, here's the thing about Indiegogo. Nobody asked anyone to force to pay James the money. He was just asking for 75, and some people gave him more. It was out of their own will. They chose to give him money. That was it. Hey, you want to feel better? I didn't donate any money. Am I a fan of James? Sort of, somewhere in the middle. And I didn't donate any money. And he still got his goal. So there you go. See, I chose not to. I still have some money because I know some people will, because they're more dedicated to James than I do. There you go. So, again, Indiegogo, nobody forces, nobody twists your arm. I mean, like Review Tech USA said, I have to agree with one of his video, but I think it was taken down. I guess it was some, again, people don't like him, whatever. Basically, I do agree with him that James probably should have been more transparent with it, probably explain more, and I'm probably gonna get more to that. I think he did, but I think it was already too late when he did it. That was one of the problems. He probably shouldn't have done it before, but I'll explain it later what happened. Excuse me. Trying to clear my throat. So he made a lot of money now. Some people say, oh, well, no, he's making a lot of money, he's greedy. Well, I don't think he's greedy. So now he had enough money so he can make his, again, it's an indie film. A top quality indie film. It's not backed up by New Cinema, Paramount, Warner Brothers, whatever. But, I mean, I seen the trailer, it is good. Am I gonna watch the movie? Once it becomes free. But I'll explain it again later on about that free thing. Alright, so give more backstory. Made some money, finally. And then when the movie is done, he has some limited theater release. People had to pay for it. Again, oh, it should be free. No, I mean, if you want to give somebody free, give free ticket to the backers who basically gave James some money. That's where the free is. So, like for me, I didn't give any money to James. Then yeah, I have to pay for it if I want to watch it. As of right now, or maybe I'll wait for a long time. I don't know when it's gonna make it free. Maybe next year, and I'll explain it later to watch free. So, again, was it a bastard move for James to make people pay for his movie? In my opinion, my personal opinion, no, because again, it's still a business. It is still a business. Did he have to be more transparent? Yeah, but he was. But I think the timing was way off, and I'll explain it later. So, yeah, because you gotta understand also that James, he's already giving a lot of free content on his YouTube page, the AVGN series. So right there already, but the movie is, think of it as a premium, like PlayStation Plus or the Xbox Gold. It's a premium. If you want to watch it, you gotta pay money for it, because he needs to get something back. Then you say, well, so again, here's my explanation, my theory why. First of all, most common thing is you gotta put food on the table. You gotta understand first, one, James is a dad. Yeah, if people still don't know at this point on, I mean, James is married. He's been married since 2008. I mean, when I found that out in 2000, I think 2 years ago, I was kind of shocked, but at the same time, kind of thinking to myself, that's kind of stupid. Why would I be shocked? Whatever, that was my stupidity. I apologize to James Rolfe for that one. But again, you gotta understand, James is a family man, or now he's a dad. Yes, he has a daughter. He said it on his Cinemassacre YouTube page. He's now a family man. So again, he gotta make a living. He gotta provide, resource to his wife and to his daughter. So you gotta think about that way. So I mean, charity work sometimes is not that easy. Sometimes people have to do it to get recognition, but that's a different story. But the minute you get that recognition, if you want to improve that, not only you need time, but you need money, resource. That's why Woogie 2998, Review Tech USA, Total Biscuit, If You Die, that's what they have ads. They make a living on YouTube. And again, I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again here. Do I think YouTube's a real job? And same answer. I said this in 2013. I'm not gonna answer that. I'm gonna stay away from that situation. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Nothing personal. I don't want to get involved with that one. So back to James. Yeah. So I think it's sort of justified. Is it too expensive? Well, hard to say, really. Like a digital download, maybe if you lowered it, maybe if it's $7.99 instead of $9.99, maybe it'll be a different story to keep, and then $3.99 for rental for, I don't know, a week, 24 hours. I don't know how Vimeo works. Maybe the price was wrong. That's why some people are complaining. But again, he's not going to do that for free because it's not a charity work. So. And of course, here's the thing. Well, I didn't know that he was gonna make it paid. Well, now I'm gonna go more backstory. First of all, let me talk about the backstory. Because believe it or not, I've been following James the Movie to some extent. Surprise. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of James, but I do follow him. I do watch his Angry Video Game Nerd. Is one first the movie itself. So I know a lot of people watch it and they liked it, but for people like thinking about watching it, and he said this before, it was on screwattack.com, like Ask James something, it was a long time ago, that the movie itself, yes, it is going to be E.T., but it's not the same style as what he does in the series. He's not just going to complain about the game, like with the bad game he's complaining about. No, this one is actually, there is a story, it's more of a story. Like, there's probably a moral behind it. I have no idea, because, like I said, I'm not going to intend to watch it until when it's free. That's probably 2 years from now. Whatever. I mean, if you really want, just excuse me. In the side note, if you really want to watch a free movie, then go watch the Happy Console Gamers movie. He has it on his YouTube channel. You can watch it for free. It's for an hour. I mean, I still need to watch it. So, okay, back to James. First of all, the movie itself is going to be more story-driven than him complaining about the game, from what I heard. I mean, there's a lot of things, events of what's going on. Of course, it still revolves on E.T. And for people about, oh, is that E.T. the real thing? That it was dug up in the desert? Yeah, it's the real thing. I'll probably give my thoughts on it in a different video, but not in this one. So, James, basically, or the whole point of the movie is it's story-driven, revolving around E.T. and I mean, yeah, it's mostly, like, he might be complaining the game a bit, but from what I heard, what he was saying, that it'll be more story-wise. I mean, you probably want to read or watch AVGN's review on it. I seen one with Warcorp 666. He did review it, he said he liked the movie. He was trying not to make spoiler, but it is more, from what I heard, story-driven than basically just complaining about the game. And he already said that, so people still think, oh, should I watch the movie? Yeah, it's not going to be like the series. So again, if you want just him complaining about a game, you watch the series. You want him to be like more a story, then you gotta watch the movie. Second, oh my gosh, I didn't know that James is gonna make it paid. Well, like I said, I've been following his movie updates, and here's the deal. Time and time again, he always said it. Yes, he already said it that once the movie's done, the first plan he was gonna do was a limited release on theater, and it's gonna be paid. That's the first thing. Second thing, that once he puts it on demand or on DVD, it's not gonna be free. He already said this long time ago, time and time again, once the movie's done, that he's not gonna offer it for free. He said that he will offer it for free in the long run, like on the long run, maybe a year from now, maybe the end of 2015 of December, heck, maybe even 2016. I don't know, but he did say it. Yes, one, that it's not gonna be free once the movie is released. He never said it was gonna be free. So if you guys kind of missed that, sorry, but he kept saying it again and again that it won't be free. That once the DVD comes out, that's not gonna be free. But like I said, I would say free for the backers who gave him a lot of money. That's what I'm just saying. I don't remember the Indiegogo. I'm not gonna attempt to look at it. But again, he never said it was gonna be free. But he said yes, it will eventually be free on a very long run. There you go. Second, oh my gosh, he didn't use a lot of that money. Well, here's the thing. Believe him or not, like Review Tech USA, like I agree with him. He had to be more transparent. But yes, he did explain, especially when he went to California to film his movie, there were a lot of legal steps in order to basically use certain area in Los Angeles, because that's where he was doing his videos. And from what I heard, he said he had to pay a lot. He had to pay like a deed just to be able to use it for a certain amount of days. And from what I heard, not from James, but I know people, because believe it or not, I knew friends and professors who work in the movie industry, and they did say the same thing, that yeah, it is expensive if you want to use a certain set. Even say, heck, your hometown, you need a deed from City Hall to give you acceptance, because one of the reasons is it's a legal issue. Second is, just in case if you're trying to ruin the reputation, so you don't ruin the reputation of the particular landscape. So, and that costs a lot of money. Even if it's an abandoned place, yeah, it costs a lot of money. So, again, just throwing it out there. Did he use a lot of the money he used for the movie or not? I don't know. But from what I heard from friends and professors who basically have worked in the movie industry, yes, it is expensive. So here's the question. Well, now his movie is done. So have James change? Well, like I say, I don't really follow them much. I did follow the movie. I don't know why. Maybe I was interested about it. Who knows? I don't think James is the type of guy that really getting ego. Maybe to some extent he getting a little bit cocky because of his fame. But if I ever met him in real life, which I don't know if that's even possible for me. Maybe, I don't know. I know Alpha Omega Sin, so if you want to know, talk to Alpha Omega Sin, because I know that guy probably can tell you. He have met James time and time again. And so, again, like I said, I do follow James to some extent. I did comment sometimes on his videos, on his page, on his Twitter, but I never had a reply back. Different story. So, there you have it for the AVGN movie, my thoughts about it. Again, I hate to say it, but it was expected. He did say it, that the movie wasn't going to be free until in the long run. And I don't think he has an ego just because he made this movie. It was his dream. He worked so hard on it, so there you go. So that's my thoughts on the AVGN, on his movie, why he's not making it for free. So the next one is my thoughts about top YouTuber disabling comments. And for this one, you might not like what I'm gonna say, so I apologize in advance, but I have to give my opinion about it. So that's gonna be in the next video.